Welcome to Lead Different.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lead Different podcast. I'm recording this introduction from outside my home during spring break, and honestly, felt like a great moment to slow down, get some fresh air, and share a really meaningful conversation with you. Today, I'm excited to introduce Armen Adamyan. Armen is a faith-driven entrepreneur and the founder and CEO of SportTech, where he helps startups and enterprises build scalable web and mobile solutions. His work spans church management, EdTech, and SportTech, and he's passionate about helping organizations turn great ideas into reliable digital products through strong teams and thoughtful delivery. He's also the co-founder of WebSage AI and BabyBuy.am. What I really appreciate about Armen is that his approach to business is rooted in something bigger than business. His values, faith, family, community, and lifelong learning shape the way he leads and the impact that he wants to have. This conversation is about much more than technology. It's about purpose, service, faith, and what it really means to lead different. Please help me welcome Armen Adamyan.
Why not leadership? Why not lead different?
Welcome to Lead Different, the podcast that redefines leadership and challenges the status quo. Hosted by Daniel Dominguez, founder and CEO of Why Not Leadership. This show is your compass to becoming a better leader through the power of self-awareness. Good leaders foster teams that are engaged, empowered, and energized. Join us on this transformative journey as we equip you with the tools and insights to lead different. Get ready to challenge the ordinary and embrace self-aware leadership. This is Lead Different.
Subscribe now. Discover a new era of leadership. Lead different, because great leaders change the world.
Hello, Armen. How are you?
Hello. Nice to meet you. Great. Thank you. Thank you for inviting for this opportunity. And thank you the great job that you are doing for community. Really helps us very much.
Thank you for joining us, Armen. We met through the Scent Network. You are a member of the Scent Network. And, I always want to give them a shout out because they're bringing together businesses that are faith-filled and faith-led by Catholic entrepreneurs like yourself. And we happened to meet during one of those meetups and set up a follow-up appointment. What attracted you to join Scent, Armen?
Oh, thank you. So at first, I would like to introduce that I'm from Armenia, and it's very far from US, and it's a very small country. And I'm from here, and I live here, and I work here. And Armenia, we claim that it is the first Christian country in the world. And two apostles, Bartholomew and Thaddeus, they came to Armenia and they preached here and started Christianity from that ages. But in 301, our king became Christian, and we become as Christian kingdom. So it's like from roots, it's coming Christianity, and I'm from that part of the world. And
what year was that, Armen?
Sorry, question?
What year was that?
301.
So all the way since 301, Armenia has been a Christian country.
Yes, as a kingdom. But first apostles, they came to Armenia, they preached, stayed, and so it started from first century even. And here I'm the part of community in the church, and I'm part of a business community also.
Right.
But in business, we talk only about business, and in church, so we talk about faith things. So together, I didn't have this part, business and faith together. And I looked for, and I found out that there is a saint, and it's Catholic community, and I was very happy to join. So it happened, and I'm very happy to be part of Saint community.
Thank you for sharing that background. And I was very impressed by your knowledge of the history of your country. For people that don't know a lot about Armenia, I think it's great that you shared with us. So Armenia, it was the first Christian kingdom, but the apostles, as you said, were there since the first century. So they were teaching the Christian faith before that, but it's the first official Christian kingdom back in 301.
Yes, also I would like to tell that the Ark of Noah, so it stopped on the mountain of Ararat. And Ararat, it was in Armenia also, but unfortunately now it is in Turkey. But we claim again that Ararat is Armenian. So it has again very deep roots with Bible and these prophets. Yes.
Yeah. So, you know what, one of the things that's really cool, one of the things we talked about in the pre-show is that Armenia's always been pioneers. And so you being a pioneer in the technology space, you're kind of just following that tradition, right?
Yes, yes. So I am the CEO of IT company, as you told, and founder. And we bring this faith to our company, and we pray every day together in company. Also, we have minute of reading Bible and thinking about it. It's hard for this world because a lot of people, they don't understand us. But I say that Christianity, our faith, is the most important part of our life. So we must be at first Christian, then business people. And we try to bring it in our life, in our business, and be very open with other companies, with our employees, and bring the light of Christ everywhere.
I love that. Armen, tell us, for those that don't know about Esterox, and probably a few people don't, let's tell what does Esterox do? What is the main services that you provide for companies that are looking for your services?
So we web and mobile development company. So we help startups or other companies with developing their ideas or their other existing applications to developing to bring new age, new futures to the world. So we are here in the small country, but we support all over the world. So it's amazing to be in some place and support and to reach all other countries. So we have a big experience in education. Also, with our faith, we support our churches in Armenia. The biggest church in Armenia is Armenian Apostolic Orthodox Church. We say apostolic because this is again coming from roots that apostles founded the church in Armenia.
Mm-hmm.
And so we support other companies with their development, with their growth, and now with AI, we help other companies to automate their processes and to be more powerful, more speed in their businesses and their growth. As pioneer, one more thing I would like to share also, it's very nice. So again about Christianity. After Christianity founded here, so we didn't have Armenian letters. And one of our priests invented Armenian letters. And the first book he translated, it was Bible. And then he translated prayers and liturgy. So people started learning Armenian letters. They started reading Bible. So they become very deep Christians. It's very nice.
So there was a language barrier. So there was translated using the Armenian letters. So, and the Bible was one of the first books. There's so much history that is in Armenia. You guys have a long history of some pretty great inventions, right? One of them that I know of is the principle of color television. So tell us what you know about that invention. That was Armen Adamyan, right?
Yes. So we have a lot of different people who investigated different things for all over the world. So there is Armen Adamyan, who was in Germany, and in 1907 He invented color television, routes, and there is another inventor, Armen Adamyan, who invented MRI machine. There is a Luther George Simijian in 1939. He invented the ATM, and we have a lot of pioneers that did a lot of investigations in the world. So
Yeah.
yes, being
So,
small country, but we also do a lot of job
so
for the
Armin,
world.
are you a descendant of Hovannes Adamyan?
No relations. Or maybe we have, but I don't know.
But not that you're aware of it. I mean, I think he spelled it with an I, you spelled it with a Y, but that just could be a change over time, right?
The thing is, the countries that were in Soviet Union under Soviet Union, they are they are with Y, and out of Soviet Union they with I. So this is something not very big thing.
Yeah. Well, so let's go back to that original question. Who are you working with? Who do you love to work with? I'm assuming you work with countries in a digital world. You work with people in countries all over the world. Is there any specific companies that just really can use your help? You mentioned startups. Can you tell us a little bit about that work that you do for startups? What kind of things do you help them develop?
We are open with different fields, but our big experience is with education, with church management, with sport. And the thing is that we look to the person, and if they do the good thing, they bring good to the world, they help other people or other companies with their applications. So we are here. We are open, and we want to be there with them to bring this good thing to the world. So we want to bring good to the world. Yes.
Yeah, and so you've been doing this. One of the great things about what you're doing is you've been around for over 10 years. You're a software and IT consultant partner. Can you tell us about some of the success stories you've had, maybe with companies, some of the things whatever you're allowed to talk about in terms of developing?
Yes. So there is for example, a company from United States, learning management system. We work with this guy, and we supported about maybe 5 years already to grow it. And we bring out different features. Now we work with AI to help to grow. And this is one of things. And we have other company from Germany. They are doing building construction. They help construction companies to build their applications in a smart way, to find things in a cheap way. And so we created this app. We automate these processes, so it helps a lot of constructing companies. And the most interesting thing that we again support our churches, Orthodox Church and Catholic Church in Armenia, and we created applications for them. And with this application, we help people to come too close to Christ through church. And there is a radio in this application. We have daily readings, prayers, and a lot of other about events, about churches, about priests. So this is like mission. When we support church, we create something with Christ, and this is with mission.
Well, and it's interesting that you're a technology company because you're located in Armenia. You're based out of Armenia, which I've heard. Is it correct that you're called the Silicon Mountains of Armenia?
Yes,
So
in companies in our Norwegian. So yes, we not a lot of people here, 3 million people in Armenia. But again, we had inventors, I told, and we have now Armenian startups. There is a service titan that is cloud software. and it is first Armenian founded tech unicorn, and it is on Nasdaq from 2024. There is a Pixart, again, another unicorn, which was founded in 2021. It is about photo, video editing platform. There is a Crisp voice cancellation application that uses Zoom and other applications. They use this Crisp voice cancellation, this solution.
Yeah.
Wonderful is SoloLearn and a lot of other startups we have. This is why they say Armenian.
Yeah. So, and your primary, it sounds like you really like working with churches and using technology to reach people. What kind of help are churches looking for when they hire STROCs?
To say truth, as they are not tech and they don't understand very much about how we can support them, and they are not very open. So we need to first train them, convince, show, and it is going not very quick, but it is going slowly, slow by slow. Yes.
Yeah. I can imagine, it's not the same as when you're working with a tech company. They already know technology. They already are looking for, maybe they're just hiring you for your manpower. But a church that maybe they have an older priest and they have old systems, a lot of paper-based systems, right? And you're talking to them about technology. So you're not just providing services, you're providing education. So you're starting a little bit further back in the funnel. So how do you provide that education and bring them on board? And tell us how do you conduct that process and have the patience to take them through that?
Oh, it's very good question. So it is again showing. The most important thing, showing you, because you can tell, but they don't understand. So you need to create something to show, or to show other applications, other opportunities. Again, it's hard to them. So when we started, so there were some priests that didn't believe about that, and then we worked with youth, Catholics, youth. So we created the first some MVP, and we showed, and they were surprised. So they were happy. And we continued working. It's something that we need to do. We must be patient. And go step by step. This needs that.
What's been your biggest challenge, Armen? Most challenging thing that you do working with parishes? What's the hardest thing that you have to overcome? And I think this is good for everyone to know, right? Because I think all parishes are moving into the 21st century. I was talking to a young lady. She was on our podcast who helps priests. Her company is Priest Pro. And what they do is they help companies create videos from the priest's homilies. And so she's in that space. But what's the biggest challenge when you're working with somebody who maybe is set in their ways? And how do you overcome it?
Hard question. So when you talk, so priests, they have their community and they like it, what they do. And so using IT, it is some changes, and they are not open to these changes. And they say that we don't want to use gadgets. We are doing our job, and we have big community. And we answer that you can reach much more, so 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times more people through this technology. And it is something new for them. But of course, it's not for everyone. So we have new priests that are open, and they listen, they try, and they work hard to reach more people than their small communities, So this is process, and it is going step by step. And maybe we need to work with young priests.
Yeah, you know what? The young priests, they're already right. They're coming in. They're in their 20s and 30s, late 20s, early 30s. They grew up with this technology. They probably want a way, and that's the problem that Cassidy Mann has solved. He said, "Look, it's completely AI, and all you have to do is send us a video clip of your homily, and her program turns it into clips, and they send it out." And you can put them on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, which, as you said earlier in our pre-show, you talked about, those young parishioners, we got to get them where they are, and that's on their phones, right?
Yes. So AI is again challenge. So it's again challenge, and the world is changing, and how they can use, and it's hard for them and for us also. Why? Because now I have started to ask some Christian questions to AI, and I get some these answers from AI, and so it is challenging who to believe, AI or priest.
That's true. That's true. Armen, tell us about you. I'd love to hear more about you as an individual. Tell us about, how did you come to the faith? How did you come to do what you're doing now? Tell us a little bit about your journey. Let us know a little bit about Armen.
Oh, that's interesting. So I was born in Catholic family, and my grandmother took me church very much, and so through that I like church, and I like going to church. But when I become a young person, so I went back. So I continued to go to church, but when the priests were preaching, so I thought he's talking something crazy things. I don't believe what he's saying. He's talking. So it was difficult years, and young years. And even it happened, I am sharing this. So when we went out of city with our parish, so the priest, they started praying. That time I was drinking beer. So I was not a good guy that young times. Then it happened something difficult thing for me. So in the university, we were fighting with other guys, and some guy hit me with knife, and I was taken to hospital, and it was hard times. And I understand it that I'm a very small person, and I have very small life, and I need to live my life in a nice way. But again, coming to God, it started after when I met my current wife. But that time she was my girlfriend, and she presented me Bible. I started reading it, and I started reading New Testament mostly about Jesus, about apostles, and about their life. So, and I loved Jesus. I loved what they did. So, and this was some point that I decided to live like Jesus teaching us, and my life changed dramatically. And now I'm happy. And so everything changed. So I started to love other people. I started forgive other people, and I enjoy my life. Yes.
That's very interesting. So what you can't, I'm not going to let you get away. So you were in a fight while you were in university, and you were stabbed.
Yes, with knife. Yes.
With a knife. You went to the hospital, and obviously you survived. Was it something critical? But that started you thinking about, okay, maybe I need to listen at mass and not be drinking beer, right?
Yes. I think these difficulties, they help us to grow, yes, and change our lives. And so most of the time when we have these difficulties, we think, why is this happening with me? Why is this so? But on the other hand, we must remember that this is bringing something new and maybe something good for our life. So we change our attitude, we change our world, and we grow. Yes.
And thankfully, God sent your wonderful wife to you, who got you involved in reading the New Testament, learning more about Jesus and the apostles. So, how was that at first? Was that something you resisted, or was it something you were just looking for, and you're glad she brought it to you?
Before that, I have read some parts from Bible, so it was not something very new for me. But when she presented me, so I started reading deeply. So that I can talk with her about this, that I understand what is this book. So it made me read deeper. So, and of course, I got lot of questions also that I asked to priests to understand more and more why it is this, why it is this. But after that, I fall in love with Jesus, like with God.
That's fantastic.
The most important thing, I feel that God loves me, and this love, so very important for each of us, for all people, to they have God's love.
I heard a quote recently, Armen. It said, when God wanted to make David a king, he did not give him a crown. He gave him Goliath, right? He presented him with a challenge. He didn't give him a crown and just make him king. He said, hey, here's the challenge. Let's see how you do with that. Sam, sounds like that your Goliath was this incident in university. Now, how critical were you? Were you in danger of dying? I don't know anybody that wants to be stabbed. I can't believe that would be a minor thing. But so you went to the hospital, and how long were you in the hospital? Tell us more. I want to hear more about this dramatic story in recovery.
If that's interesting. So for a week, so I was in a very bad situation, and there were some guys in my room, so they died. So seeing how the other people are dying next to you, and overcoming this, so it is changing us very much. Yes. We need to appreciate what we have every day and live with grateful heart for everything that we have.
So you truly had, in the U.S. we call it a come to Jesus moment. Your come to Jesus moment was watching people in the same room with you die, and that could have been you.
Yes.
How long after that did you meet your wife, Armen?
Oh, maybe after that 2 years.
2 years.
After 2 years, I met her. So
yeah, and how long have you been married?
We were married 12 years now.
Okay.
And we have 3 children, 2 daughters and a son.
2 daughters and a son.
Yes.
Fabulous. Well, congratulations on that. I love that story because it really highlights, you never know what it is that's going to cause that light bulb to turn on for you, right? And it even guides the business that you do. So you mentioned something, and I want to hear more. You fell in love with Jesus and you want to serve Jesus, and you do that through your work also. A lot of people have a hard time combining work and faith, especially in the technology sector. I imagine that's challenging. How do you incorporate the two? And is it a must-have when you're working with the client, or is it just something you're just forward about your faith and you work with anybody, or is it mandatory that the person you're working with be a Christ-centered person?
We in company, we don't say that it is mandatory to be Christian, because each of us has our story, and so we have our beliefs, so we can't judge other people with their beliefs or how they think, how they act. So we can help, support, share our experience. So we don't say that it is mandatory for being Christian, but we say that they must do a good job, bring good to the world. If they
Yeah.
are think this way, they want to bring good to the world. So we are together. If no, so sorry, we are.
Yeah. No, and that makes a lot of sense because, and I love the way you phrased it, bringing good to the world, right? Because regardless, there are other religions out there, and they're all about doing good for the world in their purest form, right? Uh,
Yes.
and it's often the extremists on one side or the other. Even on our side, I'm sure we have extremists who would take it to another level. But the thing that you're talking about is doing good, and you mentioned something else. You're not judging, how they believe. You're open, right? And I think for me, I say this: you don't have to be Catholic to work with me. You just have to be able to accept that I am Catholic, and if you're okay with that, then we can get along.
Yes, of course. I just remember the one small thing I would like to share also.
Sure.
So we have Muslim neighbors, Azerbaijan, Turkey, and Muslim people. They are not very open with Christians. They sometimes don't like, and they talk about Christians, a lot of bad things. And last year, I was in New Delhi, India, and I met with a girl. So we started talk with different things, and then we asked, "Where are you from?" And so I understand she's from Azerbaijan, and they are Muslim. And she says, "We are enemies." And I answered, Jesus is teaching us to love our enemies." And she was stopped and was thinking how it is nice to be Christian. So yes, this is some interesting
So
stuff.
was she a convert?
She was like open, yes, to
Excellent.
Christian. So
Yeah.
then I have sent some videos about Muslims who transfer to Christianity. So to think about that.
Excellent. One of the things you mentioned, Armin, when we talked before, you do your daily prayer routine. You do that as a company, right? You come together and you do that. Not a lot of people are doing that. Tell us a little bit about that. How do you implement something like that in your company? Because you've got about 30 employees?
Oh, we have this big place, so we stand around. So
Yeah.
we start with our Father and some prayer, small prayer with our words, and then small part from Bible, from daily reading, and we continue working. So it is not common, but it is very nice. And a lot of employees, they like this part. They say that it is good part from our day. And if we don't pray here, we will not pray at home. And there are other people that is like suspicious what this guy is doing, but they
Right.
respect us. Yes, we have a lot of different people. So
Yeah, no, I think it's great. I think it's wonderful that you share that with your employees and with your team. Uh, Tell us, Armin, who are you looking for? Who should contact you if they're looking for support like the kind that you provide in providing IT solutions for clients? What's your ideal client size? What are they? If a client comes to you, what should they be looking for? What are they looking for when they come to you? And I want to close with kind of a call to action and help you find some more clients in the United States.
So our clients are people, startups that have some product or have some idea, and they want to create something big. So we help to provide developers or some designer, project manager, quality assurance. So when you build some application, big application, so you need some team, yes, with starting design, with project manager, developers, front, back,
Right.
DevOps, QA, so quality assurance. So we provide this whole team, and we dedicate for their project, and we help. So it is if you have only idea. There are some other companies that they have already their developers and they know where they are going, but they need to extend their team because they have deadlines and they have something to do new.
Right.
And the other thing, so they want to be like cost effective, they want to be quick, and also about communication. So we are focused on these three parts, about this quality, communication, and cost effective. So being in Armenia, we can do this with lower prices, but with high quality and high communication. So if somebody needs extra to extend their team, we are here to support them and bring good to the world together.
I love it. Quality, quick, cost effective, and good communication. I can imagine, especially in this space, that there's a lot of opportunities for miscommunication. So when you're working with the client, how often are you meeting with them, or does that depend on the project?
How it depends on. So maybe it is happening every day or every week. It depends on client. Some people they like talking, explaining. Some people
Right.
they like just typing. So it depends on. But mostly as so daily or weekly meetings, that's enough. Yes, and in the team, so we are also talking that we must be open with each other. So, every time I say we must be honest with each other and tell the truth each other
Right.
in a nice way. And I
Yes.
say, if you think something and you say other thing, so I will not understand you, and I
Right.
will say something, and so we will be this in the mess. And I say, be honest, be direct, don't change the words. So it is helping, yes, to be effective. Of course, being honest, it brings much more issues, difficulties, but it is real. But if
Right.
we don't say the truth, so it is like everything is good, but not good.
Yes.
So,
No. Absolutely. I love that. You invite that direct honesty. I love what you said. If you think one thing, but you say another, that doesn't help, right? If what you're
yes,
thinking isn't what you're communicating, that doesn't help us move forward. And I think those uncomfortable conversations are necessary in order to move forward, because you need to know, hey, Armen, I don't like what you're doing. And you might not like hearing that, but now that you know that the client doesn't like what you're doing, you can say, okay, what is it that you don't like and how can we fix it? How can we make it better, right?
yes, I quite agree with you. This is very important. And from our side also, for example, when you say I can do this in a month, and you say that after some days it is something is changed and you can't do, so we must be from that time to say the truth, not wait till the end of time and you say, something is wrong. No, when you say, be open, so the other people also, they will understand because we are not, we are people and we can have mistakes.
Yeah,
Maybe.
and because you move fast, I mean, it reminds me of a quote that says, "There's nothing worse than running enthusiastically in the wrong direction." Right? If you're running in the wrong direction, that's no good because your team is going to move fast. But if you're moving in the wrong direction because the client hasn't been honest and said, "Hey, we don't want to go that way," you're going to be pretty far down the road by the time they stop you. So the sooner they can let you know, "Hey, we don't like that. Let's move somewhere different," or "I want to go in a different direction." You want to know that as soon as possible. So those tough conversations, though they're probably uncomfortable, they're worth having.
Yes, this is why we need to be open and we need to communicate as soon as possible as
So
time period.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you for sharing. I think I love that. That's a great example. Armen, how do people get a hold of you? What's the best way to get a hold of you? I'm going to put Armen's LinkedIn and all his social media is going to be in the show notes. But if somebody wants to talk to you, they're interested in working with you, they have a project that they want to develop, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
I think LinkedIn is the most easy way. So through LinkedIn, they can contact me, and I will be happy to discuss and to share my experience with them. So,
and are you taking on new projects right now? I know a lot of people might be interested in hiring you. Are you really busy, or are you able, if somebody was to call you like tomorrow, would you be able to get started fairly quickly? Because you've got a large team.
we need to discuss, how many developers, what is the project. So sometimes yes, sometimes it depends on project and a lot of things,
Excellent.
But we are open to be quick. Yes.
So the best thing to do is reach out to you on LinkedIn, Armen Adamyan, easy, just like you see it on the screen. You can look for him on LinkedIn. He's connected to me. So if you look in my connections, there is Armen, and he has been, look, it's been a pleasure, Armen, to talk to you. I appreciate you for, number one, you had a concern about your language, but you did a great job. I understand you clearly. I know people can understand you clearly. So thank you for taking a chance and getting on the show, sharing your expertise, sharing a little bit of history with us. And, I'll ask you one more question. This is the Lead Different podcast. So let's close with this question. What does it mean to you to lead different as a business owner and a leader? What does it mean to lead different?
Wow. So this is something about servant leadership I would like to talk here. Lead as a servant. So it is teached again from Jesus. He told that I came to be servant, not to lead. So again, this is something that I like. So we need to be servant to our employee, to other companies, and serving other people. And this is something that brings happiness to people. This is something that in my credo, serving brings happiness to the people. And we was born for serving others. Yes. To bring the talent, what we have, to others, to give others, to share with others. Yes.
I like it. So to lead different is to serve others and to use your talents to serve others.
Yes, this is something.
Fabulous. Well, Armen, thank you very much. It's been a real pleasure to talk to you all the way from across the world. I know we're very, very much apart in time zones, so I know you're staying up late to do this interview, but we're looking forward to airing it and sharing it with our colleagues in the United States. Guys, if you are interested in talking to someone about development services and you are looking for a trusted partner, someone who is going to work with you and optimize your project for you based on your needs, don't forget to contact Armen. And if you like the show, if you learned something new from learning from Armen today, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends. I know Armen's going to share this episode with his friends. Let's share it. Let's let everybody know about the Lead Different podcast so we can continue to bring outstanding leaders like Armen to you. Have a great rest of your week. And Armen, thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you, Dan. That was amazing. And you are an amazing guy. Thank you. I'm happy to meet you. And I invite all people to Armenia. If you join me, I'm here. Please come. I will share our nature, our history, our life, and we will enjoy our days in Armenia.
Love it. I may have to take you up on that, Armen. Thank you so much. Have a great Friday, and we'll talk to you next time on the Lead Different podcast.
This is Lead Different.
Subscribe now. Discover a new era of leadership. Lead different because great leaders change the world.